Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I just want a good Star Wars experience for once in theaters. Like
I
honestly.
wanna, cause like, yeah, I mean, like, I experienced it in The Force Awakens, in the
Like
theater.
with Force Awakens, man, freaking. I ended up going to the theater, like it was crowded as hell. There were people behind us like screaming the entire time, like kicking our chairs and shit,
Oh god.
like high schoolers. And like in the front row or like near the front, like there's this dude who would like go nuts every single time, like literally nuts every
Wait,
single
hold on.
time,
Can
like something on
can you
screen.
comment? Did you get the notification?
It didn't show up yet. I'm refreshing my page
It's so
too. I don't have my phone
weird.
near me. That's the thing. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Did it
Nope,
actually?
chat is disabled for this live stream.
Yes.
Oh
Praise the Lord.
God, I can hear myself. That's weird. I gotta mute myself.
No, don't mute it, dude. We need it.
Uh,
We need
I
you
can't,
to
I
think.
can't hear myself. That's
Oh,
weird.
I don't know, man.
It's double exposure
I'm
or
not
something. I
seeing,
don't
for
know
some
how
reason, I'm
things
not
work.
seeing my own live stream. Okay. Hey, guys, I'm seeing you guys. You guys can't comment now. We're going to put the comments on later, but we're not going to put, or you may not put it out at all. The reason why we do not have comments on for this live stream is because we're going to be discussing The Last Jedi, and if any, and we're trying to avoid any spoilers at all whatsoever, because we had an incident before. I'm with Dylan, by the way. I got to put that in the title. I forgot to do that.
Hi.
I'm with
You
Dylan. Let me
guys
put that in
can't
the
tell
title.
already. I'm here.
Let me see.
Yeah. Basically, we're just trying to avoid spoilers, not only for ourselves, but for anyone watching.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen the movie yet. We're gonna go see it. Matthew's seeing it tonight, like after this live stream, and I'm seeing it tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure everyone has the best experience. We don't want someone like with our Justice League live stream to ruin the movie for
Yeah, like
someone else.
we were in Justice League and we saw it and someone just came and commented something stupid. So like we want to avoid any spoilers and people who are inconsiderate of other people's feelings. So yeah, so just yeah, no comments for now. You can just listen.
Oh, Matthew, by the way,
Yep.
you sound like Mr. Roboto.
On the live stream?
Just I don't know. I'm not listening to the live stream right now. It's in my ear.
Oh my god. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. We'll fix this. Okay, is it better now? Can you hear me? Oh, I don't know if you can hear me. I think I lost him. Hold up, guys. I think I lost him. I think I lost him. Can you hear me? Dylan. Sorry about that guy. I gotta call him back. The struggles. I would ask how you guys are doing.
Oh, geez, you're back.
I'm back.
You left the video call. I was like, oh, I'm alone again. It's happening. Jeez.
Why am I having encoding issues? And
Oh, I don't even know what that
that's
means.
so weird. I'm having encoding issues for no reason. That's weird.
I have no idea what that means. By the way, it was just on my end, and you're fine now.
Okay, cool.
I
Cool.
checked the live stream. You sound normal.
All right, guys. We're gonna get off this. We're gonna kick off this conversation, starting with Star Wars. Let me get my Star Wars slide up. There you go. Bam. So we're gonna be talking about Star Wars, man. Dylan, take it away, bro.
Okay, so first thing I want to get off my chest, because we're also going to do a Last Jedi review once we both watch the film. Just some pros.
Seven people watching, by the way. That's so amazing.
It's like 3:45. Like people are probably either getting back home or they're still at work or whatever.
There was like 17 people there, and then now everyone's leaving because they can't comment.
Hey, that's cool. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
appreciate-
How about just watching or listening to the video for once? Is that too
I
much?
appreciate
No?
the loyalty, my people. You guys are the most.
You guys
loyal,
are the best.
you
Everyone
guys are
else
the
can go
most
screw themselves.
Loyal fans ever. I can't.
You 7 people are my 7 favorite people in the world.
Yes.
Currently.
You 7 people are the most loyal.
Except maybe Mark Hamill.
The loyal people. Yeah, except for Mark Hamill. Oh,
That man is a national treasure.
Man is a national, international treasure.
International treasure. Yeah, seriously. So basically, I just wanted to talk about like some pros and cons of Disney owning Star Wars, because I feel like after we see Last Jedi, it's just going to be nothing but positive stuff. So get the negative stuff out now while we have a chance, you know?
Yes.
And basically, like, yeah, like what has Disney done to Star Wars since they got it? I mean, once they acquired it, we lost the Clone Wars TV show pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
You know, except for a few, I think like 13 episodes or 7 episodes on Netflix that they allowed to let come out because they're already done with. So we lost that show, and then they bring us this new show on Disney XD called Star Wars Rebels, and
Right.
we kind of expected it to be like, oh, like,
No, no, I thought. Hold up, my streaming thing. I think that's why people are leaving because like my thing is like not. Hold. Streaming. Okay, stream resumed. Okay. 1 second. Let me make sure it's actually playing back. I think it's playing back. Okay, cool. Yeah, you were saying, man.
okay, so basically we Disney gets Star Wars, we lose the Clone Wars. The only things that come out of it are the Lost Missions on Netflix, which were the episodes from season 6 that they had finished before the acquisition went through. And they give us Star Wars Rebels on Disney XD. Honestly, when I started watching Star Wars Rebels, I kind of expected, because I was one of the few people who went to the New York Comic Con panel where they first revealed the bad guy and all this different stuff and like concept art. They're like, oh, it's like Ralph McQuarrie's art like brought to life. I'm like, oh, really cool. They kind of gave me the impression that when the show started, it was going to be like Clone Wars. You know, it's kind of like a kid's show, but like once we get past like the hump of introducing our characters, we're really gonna, you know, bring in some mature themes. But that just never really happened.
Never happened, yeah.
Except for maybe a few episodes a season, like maybe 2 or 3 a season at most. Like the only episode in recent memory I can think of was there's this one episode where from the last season where Sabine gets the Darksaber from the Clone Wars TV show, right? And Kanan, the Jedi, is teaching her to use it. And that's the only episode that like it still has a couple jokes that are like, okay, you're really bringing down the episode with it, but it's the most serious, most focused episode they've done. And it's definitely the best one they've done.
Yeah, I haven't watched watched too many Clone Wars mainly because I was just turned off by the graphics and the very children-like theme it had. And
oh, it gets way better.
I was like,
season 3
I was like,
it picks the hell up. Seriously.
They said what?
It picks the hell up in season 3. Like season 2, like you start to get like an idea of where the show is gonna go. Season 3, immediately you're like, okay, this is the show from now on.
But I thought you told me like it wasn't that good yesterday.
Clone Wars?
No. I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about.
Not Rebels. Not Rebels.
Yeah,
Rebels
I was talking about Rebels.
Oh, okay. I was talking about Clone Wars.
Oh,
because you said you hadn't seen a lot of Clone Wars.
Oh no, I thought. Oh, I said Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. No, I meant Rebels. I haven't seen Rebels.
Like Rebels. No, like honestly, if you're a Star Wars fan, watch it because there are some cool things. They have cool ideas. The execution is just poorly done. The animation isn't that great. It's not as good as Clone Wars by far, which is weird because it came out like 2 years after it. So, like, how does that work?
Yeah.
And the tone is just all off. It doesn't feel like Star Wars most of the time because they focus on the kids' audience, even though most of the audience watching the show are like 20-somethings. Literally, it's like Star Wars fans.
Exactly.
It's like it's their most diverse group in terms of audience on the channel, I think. So it's like you think you gear a little bit more towards like the teenage audience at least, but no, it's just for kids. Yeah.
No, I couldn't deal with. I mean, since Disney acquired Star Wars, it's just been one of the things Disney loves to do is like, yeah, they're too careful. One of the things Disney likes to do with all of their franchises is merchandise. They love.
Oh my god! Yeah.
They love merchandise. Anything. Avengers.
And they love
Star Wars.
They love being safe.
They love
don't
being
like
safe.
Taking risks.
I've never really seen. Yeah, you're right. I've never actually really seen Disney take risk like that.
I mean, seriously, yeah. Like if you look at the Clone Wars, there are definitely some episodes on there that I would not say are at all suitable for like the audience they're going for.
Yeah.
But like you look at Rebels, and it's just it's literally you can define it in one word. It's safe. They play it safe. That's the same way with Force Awakens,
safe.
You know. they're afraid to do anything new because they're still in like the testing grounds. And I think it's finally gonna start to pick up with Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, I think that this is where like okay, like we brought them back. We played it safe for a while. We're gonna finally start to like expand and do something new. You know, do something different.
And that whole
Try something
safe thing kind of goes to like J.J. Abrams as well. Like, I mean, I just didn't like. I mean, are we gonna jump straight to Force Awakens now?
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing that really is kind of nuts to me is the fact that we lost the expanded universe, and with that, like, we kind of established in the Force Awakens that Luke Skywalker went missing basically like 10 years after Jedi.
Yeah.
So it's like, you kind of just wasted 20 years there, you know?
Yeah, you could have done
like,
so much.
You could have done a lot. Like 10 years, okay, but like 20?
Yeah.
He's gone for that long, and they haven't seen him for like. It seemed like too big a time jump almost.
Yeah.
Like you look at, especially for the title like the main character not to have been in anything, you know.
Well, it does leave leave room for prequels though.
It does, but at the same time,
because
like, if we want to talk about like
Sebastian Stan is a great candidate for a middle-aged Luke.
Yeah, seriously, I really hope they
or like a late 30s Luke.
He already has a rapport with Disney, you know.
Yeah, exactly. He's already on their roster.
You've cast a young Han Solo. You've cast Donald Glover as Lando. I don't know about the young Han Solo, to be honest, but Donald Glover.
Yeah, no, Donald Glover is perfect as Lando.
Like, holy cow. That's the only reason I want to see the new Han Solo film.
It's because of Donald Glover. Like, I don't know about this new Han Solo guy.
Interesting.
Is it?
I don't know if I like him. I felt like they're better candidates.
Isn't Emilia Clarke in this movie?
Yes, too, but we haven't seen anything of her character.
And like apparently they finished shooting
much of anything really.
Like they finished shooting.
With her, and finished shooting in general. Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know. I felt like there was this one dude who played a young Han Solo in this movie called, or not young Han Solo, a young Harrison Ford in this movie called Age of Adeline, which I didn't watch, but the dude does like a spot on Harrison Ford impression.
I did see Age of. I did hear about it.
Yeah, he did it on YouTube beforehand. That's how he kind of got noticed for it. Like he looks a lot like Harrison Ford, and he can do like the mannerism and everything. And the fact that they had to bring on an acting coach for this guy just doesn't inspire confidence. I know it's a regular thing, but the fact that it's in the news, like that doesn't inspire confidence. You know?
So like the guy that they chose now, right, for the Han Solo, he was like what? Age of Adeline. I did see this movie. Sorry, I just searched it up. I did see this. That's the guy. Wait a minute.
There's already an actor who had played a young Harrison Ford and off, but no, like we're just gonna choose this other guy for some reason.
Well, not the young Harrison Ford. I just saw another picture of I did see this movie. Yeah, for sure. I did see it. It was a great film. I want to watch it now. Yeah, I did see another actor. I didn't know Dario was in this movie. Dario from Game of Thrones.
But
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, he actually is he actually does look a lot more like Harrison Ford.
And he does, like, if you look the guy up, I'm trying to find his name right now.
No, yeah, I remember his performance. He does a very
young
good
William Jones,
Harrison.
Anthony in Gruber.
Yeah, I'm seeing him right now.
If you look him up on YouTube, just his name on YouTube, he did like Harrison Ford impressions, and that's what landed him the role in this movie, I think, besides being an actor, you know?
The voice is there.
Like, he's pretty uncanny.
Hold on, let me pull up a picture so these people can see.
Pull up a picture and, like, in the description, put a link to, like, his YouTube channel, because I think he had some old videos on there. It's really crazy. He does, like, Harrison Ford from Star Wars and from Indiana Jones, and it's like, oh wow. Like,
here's a picture. Here's a picture of the guy, man. I think I'm showing them now. I think he looks. See if I can zoom in on my phone. I mean, zoom in on this. Yeah.
The thing that really nailed it was the voice. Like, honestly.
Yeah, the voice and the man. But I'm looking at a side by side picture. If you go on your phone, you can actually see the picture I pulled up.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a side by side picture, and they look exactly the same. They look exactly the same.
Check your Hangouts.
Let me see. I'm checking that right now.
It's nuts, but like that doesn't inspire confidence in me. And the whole thing with Disney, going back to the topic at hand, is um honestly, with the time jump from movie to movie, usually we have a couple years in between Star Wars movies, and I mean like in canon, like in the universe,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like you look at episode 1 to episode 2, there's 10 years there. Episode 2 to 3 is 3 years. 3 to 4 we have 19 years, and then you have 4 to 5, which is I think 4 years, and then 5 to 6, which is 1 year. And 6 to 7 is another 30. But if you look at episode 7 to 8, um there's no time at all. Like they literally say in like interviews, we start off right where we left off. So that means there's no room for new Star Wars content with these characters besides the movies. We're not going to see like a Rey comic, a book about like our heroes, like Rey and Finn and Poe, that happen in between the movies. The only comic they have that is tying into The Force Awakens currently is Captain Phasma, which just ended, and Poe Dameron, which takes place before The Force
And I
Awakens.
heard that sucked anyway.
It sucks. They're both not great, like honestly.
Yeah,
So here's the
I
thing.
heard they sucked.
They're playing these characters too close to the chest to actually get anything good out of them in terms of like books or anything like that. They have a Captain Phasma book, of course, but it's just a minor character. The characters you care about, like you can't read about them
Yeah.
besides their adventures in The Force Awakens currently. Unless there's a time jump between Last Jedi and whatever they're calling Episode 9, we're not gonna see anything with these characters hardly. Like, say if they kill off like Poe Dameron in this movie, and then like episode 8 ends and episode 9 picks up right where episode 8 left off. Like, we're not gonna see any adventures with Poe outside of these movies that are like during the timeline you care about, you know, where he knows Rey and Finn.
Yeah.
So it's like I get you want to give your audience a mystery, like, ooh, who's Rey's parents? Ooh, who's Finn parents? Who did the First Order steal Finn from? Like, you want to see you want to do that so like, oh, people will come back to the movies like hopefully like, oh, episode 8 maybe they'll answer who Rey's parents is.
Yeah.
Like, but it just doesn't work in terms of like everything else,
Since we're on the subject, because it is for since we're on the subject of Force Awakens, I didn't really like it that I don't really like it that much.
Yeah.
I don't really like Force Awakens that much. It's just it's. I mean, I feel like I like because I like Daisy Ridley as an actor. Don't hear and people please hear me out. I love Daisy Ridley as an actor because I've seen her in other films that she's done ever since Star Wars, and I've seen her Murder on Orient Express.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, she did a good job in that movie. The film itself was it was okay, but she did good. Like she did a really good job in Orient Express. And I've seen other movies she's done, but I don't know if I
love
like
Oscar Isaac, and
I don't know if I like Rey though. I don't know if I like her or not. I don't know if I really like her yet. I think maybe after this movie I'll figure it out if I really like her or not.
I like the characters that they've introduced. I just don't like the story.
Well, yeah, the story. Yeah, the story too. Yeah, the story. It's very. I don't know. I don't know. Everyone's saying that this movie. It's. All I've heard because I stayed away from spoilers, and all I've heard is that this movie was really good. Story was good. Rian Johnson did a good job, and that's all people are saying because they don't want to spoil the movie.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, I like these characters. I really do. I enjoy watching Finn and Rey's characters interact. I enjoy watching Finn and Poe's characters interact. I even enjoy Kylo Ren. Like, I just don't like the story that was The Force Awakens. It felt too much like a typical Star Wars story. Like, it didn't seem like they tried anything different. And I know, looking at the trailers, for Last Jedi, like, you kind of see them pulling the same thing. I know it's going to be different, but they're kind of just trying to leech off your nostalgia almost by throwing in these elements like the walkers, like a new Death Star. Like,
well, I mean, I don't know if they're making a new Death Star, like a new Star Killer base.
I meant for Star Killer base in Force Awakens.
Yeah, they didn't have it. They didn't have any walkers in Force Awakens.
No, I meant for that for Last Jedi. But like,
Oh yeah, but
basically, this new
it's new
trilogy
walkers though.
is
It's like it's cool walkers. It's dope. It's new.
still
It's
they're
modern.
capitalizing on your nostalgia. You know,
Well, it's like this. Think of it
that's
this
what they're
way. It's like
doing.
we have Hummers. We have Mercedes Benz. It's still a Mercedes Benz, just a new one. So
No,
I
I know. I'm
mean, you
just saying
know.
like it's they're basically capitalizing on nostalgia to get butts in seats. Like, oh, you like these things from the original trilogy? Here are these things again, but kind of different. Like, I know for Last Jedi, people said it's not like capitalizing on nostalgia like Force Awakens did, where it's literally the same rehashed plot we've seen before with a lot. But even with Last Jedi, there's still a lot of plot elements just on paper that are very, very similar to the original trilogy. You know, we
Yeah.
have speeders going at walkers trying to defend the base in like one final attempt. You have a new Jedi who's only been in like one major battle, who is going to a old, decrepit, kind of out of it mentor to learn. Their allegiance to the light side is kind of in question. And then on top of it, you have the introduction, basically, or like the expansion on the Emperor character, essentially, you know, with Snoke.
Yeah, with Snoke, yeah.
And Darth Vader as well, which is Kylo
And
Ren.
we still,
Like,
you know, we
there
still
are all
don't know
these
much.
things.
Like we still don't know much about Snoke. You know,
Yeah, of course
whether
not. But
he's
like,
actually force sensitive or not. You know, what's his
mhm.
backstory. We don't really so much really know too much about that. But the thing is, what I've noticed with
Oh, and one more thing. Sorry.
yeah, no, continue.
And also we have characters going the side characters going to a exotic kind of high society planet with a sleazy but charming leader who's in charge of everything. And we
Which
have
is
that
who?
Benicio del Toro playing DJ, which is I think the worst name they've come up with for a Star Wars character since Jar Jar Binks. But
Oh
hey,
my
that's just me.
God, Jar
DJ,
Jar.
really? Like, that's what you're gonna call your character, DJ? You couldn't come with anything better. DJ. That's something people like, right? Those are initials that go good together. Let's name a character that. Like, what?
I don't know. I
At
mean,
least with like, at least with Billy D. Williams, are like, you know what would be a cool name for your character? Lando Calrissian. Like, that's
a
dope.
dope
That rolls
name.
off the tongue.
Lando Calrissian.
DJ. Wow, so creative and exciting.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are dope names. Like, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Lando Calrissian.
Like, even...
I lost you. Where you go? I lost them, guys.
Which is used. Yeah, like, come on.
I lost you. I lost you for like a quick second.
Oh, I basically just said, like, even like Luke, you know, like, it's familiar, but you add in Skywalker.
Skywalker, come on,
like,
bro.
That's exotic. That's cool. Like, we haven't heard that kind of name before.
Does
like,
Rey have a last name? Well, we don't even know what Rey. We don't even know We don't know anything about her.
That's the problem with these characters, man. We don't know anything, so we can't tell any stories about them. And
but you see, put it in perspective, though. With Luke, we didn't know too much about him in A New Hope. Okay, think about well, we pretty
much knew everything about him except for his lineage.
But we as the new generation, we know about Luke and how everything ends up. But I'm saying, put him back. Let's go back. Let's say we were in 1977, right? When A New Hope came out, when Star Wars came out, right? And at that time, no one knew anything about Darth Vader, Leia, who is, you know, his lineage. Where's, you know, we knew his name was Luke Skywalker, and as the movie went on, you got to learn more about.
We knew his father was a Jedi.
We knew
Obi-Wan knew each other. They fought together in the Clone Wars.
Exactly. Yeah, we learned that initially about him, but then as time went on, we learned even more. But the thing with Rey is that Rey is Rey is like Yoda level right now. Like,
yeah, like
we don't know jack. You don't know jack about.
We learned enough about these characters in the first film that they were able to, like, fans were able to write books about these characters before even Empire came out, like Splinter of the Mind's Eye. Hey, it might not have been great, but here's the thing, like, they still were able to do so. Like, now with Disney controlling everything, where they're playing everything close to the chest, you're getting none of that. And especially, it makes it even worse with the lack of time jump, because you can't tell stories about, like, Luke teaching Rey, or like anything really. You know, it's gonna be condensed into two
Well, I
hours.
feel, you know what? Yeah, it will be
I
condensed
think
into
that's
2 hours.
just
Like,
it's a waste.
I
Like
feel like
it kind of
she's,
is a waste
I
of
don't know. I
time.
want to save my too much of my
It's not like the
criticism for the
movie.
film until I see
Yeah.
it, because I want to save, because like I said, I'm going in with an open mind. We don't know much about Last Jedi. We don't know nothing what's
Same.
gonna
I'm
happen.
going absolutely open mind. I'm just saying on
And
paper,
on
it
paper,
doesn't
what we're
make
seeing,
sense.
because like what we would think is that they'll just make her all of a sudden she's a Jedi Master at the end of Last Jedi, and you're like, whoa, okay. It kind of took Luke like 3 movies before he got to that point, and even
But
up
like,
to when
here's the
he killed,
thing.
even up to when
He still
he
wasn't like
fought,
a Jedi master.
exactly,
He's
even when he
still like
fought his father, when he fought
learning.
Vader, he still wasn't even a Jedi Master at that point yet.
No, you have the entire expanded universe to get there. Like
Yeah.
there
I
are
mean, the
literally
thing is, though, the difference is, though,
hundreds of
man,
books.
the difference is, though, you see, when Star Wars came out initially, George Lucas and no one knew if they were going to make a sequel. If they were going to, they had no clue what was going to happen with the story. So
But still, like
that's why they had them destroy. You know, you do know that's why they had them destroy the Death Star in the first
destroy the
movie,
Death Star.
because they
Of
had
course.
no clue if the movies are going to do well, if they would have an audience to make a sequel. They had plans to do something with it, but they never really had their
But then
foot completely in the door, because they were like, we don't know what the audience is going to think. And then when the audience
Yeah,
is like, we love this, that's when they're like, okay, let's green light the rest of these films and then create a story
yeah.
off of it. And the
And they're like,
difference is
okay, like
now is
that's why
that
they created
with
the
Rey,
George
we already have like with Rey, we already have, well, with this new Star Wars, you already have a developed franchise, so they can actually do things where they will not explain a character thoroughly
entirely.
until like the
Yeah.
fifth film, because they can actually have a plan for it, because they already have a universe that's developed already. There's no need to explain too much about the character in the first film, because they already have a plan for that character 2 films from now. So they already know what
Yeah.
they're going
But
to do with
here's
the
the thing.
character.
Here's the thing, Matthew, right?
And it's
We
all a
already
shock
know.
value.
Yeah, we already know that by the end of this film, it's kind of gonna follow, from what we've seen so far, it's kind of gonna follow the same kind of plot as Empire in a way. Like if you
Hmm.
really think about it, what we know from the trailers is Rey shows up on Luke's doorstep. Um, they're gonna go to Crate by the end of the movie. We see the Millennium Falcon flying inside of crates like tunnels and stuff. So basically, Rey and whoever else is gonna have to go to save Finn and all the other and Leia. Like
And I
it's
have no,
basically
I
gonna
have
be
no
Empire
clue. I
again.
have no clue what's going on with it. It could be,
I mean,
because like
on paper it
on
is,
paper
but
it looks like Empire,
on
because you
paper
have
it
the
looks like
whole,
Empire. I just
former Jedi Master training the new
no,
Padawan,
like, not even that. Like
whatever.
the climax is probably going to be similar too, because you're literally gonna have the young Padawan like leaving her master. Maybe she'll bring him along this time. Who knows? But they're gonna have to go save their friends from like the evil Empire.
Yeah,
Like
if
it's
they,
a trap
if they
kind
do
of
that,
deal, you know?
then it's 100% like Empire. But from what I've been
Yeah, I
hearing,
hope
man, like what I've
I
heard,
hope
all I've
people
heard
do
from people
in
is that they've
practice.
been saying this. They've been
You know?
saying that, they've been saying that this movie is nothing like Empire,
The
and
best
that
film since
it's the
Empire.
best film since Empire, and everyone and their mama has been saying this. So
Yeah,
everyone has been saying. That's all I've been hearing, because, like I said, I've been staying
but
clear
like
from Twitter since Sunday.
same.
I've been staying since the premiere, and in Hollywood. I've been staying clear. And
Yeah,
guys who are now coming in, that's why we have comments off, because we don't want any spoilers if any one of you guys have seen the movie. So, but yeah,
but like seriously, Matthew, I just really hope that even if it's the same on paper, it's different in practice. Like
hopefully,
Force Awakens is the same as basically both Jedi and New Hope on paper and in practice. Like
Hmm.
I hope Last Jedi is just the same on paper. Like
On
I really
paper, yeah.
do. I really hope it's entirely different from like what we've seen, what we've been able to piece together from the trailers and stuff like that. I just
Well,
I hope it's different because
this is me with the situation, right, bro? It's like
I
tonight.
just want something new, you know?
Tonight, I'm
Like,
watching
honestly,
this film as a fan. So
yeah.
tonight, I'm watching this film as a fan. The second time I watch
second
it,
time,
I'm gonna be watching it as a critic.
Yeah, literally. Same.
The first time I watch it, tonight when I go see this movie, this is me with every opening night. If I'm going to either, like for instance, Justice League when we went, and I'm going as a fan.
Any movie.
I'm throwing for any
Yeah.
movie that I have an interest in. Because if a movie, if I don't have a particular interest in it, I'm pretty much just going in with an open mind, but I'm going in to do a critique. But tonight, because I'm a Star Wars fan, I'm going in as a fan. I don't even care how I feel after tonight. Because
I feel like, honestly,
tonight I'm going in as a fan, and that's it.
The only movie I went in to see a movie like as a fan opening night and then came out acting like a critic was probably Kingsman 2.
Yeah, Kingsman. Yeah. We went to go watch Kingsman.
I was like, man, that was like, really? Like, okay, like, yeah.
Yeah, when we went to watch Kingsman, we were talking about that movie for like a long time outside,
2 hours.
just debating the concept of this whole movie in the parking lot.
Like, this guy working at the movie, like, goes smokes a blunt, like,
smokes
in his
a
car,
blunt.
comes out and goes back inside to work. It was nuts.
It was so funny. We had our arms crossed and we had our thinking face on. We were doing the Obi-Wan Kenobi pose. Hold up, I gotta find the Obi-Wan pose.
Just in the car behind and next to us. Remember that? We're just sitting in the car, like, all right.
I gotta find the Obi-Wan thinking face. Hold on, I gotta find it. I gotta find it. Hold on. I gotta find it.
I'm really excited for Last Jedi. Like, I really am.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this movie. I just hope it doesn't fall into that formula of Disney being safe and Disney trying to play on your nostalgia to like ridiculous amounts and basically ending up giving us a typical Star Wars story.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because we've seen it not once, but we've seen it twice. Like, even if you think about, like, we've seen it in Force Awakens, but hey, guess what came out a couple months ago? Or not a couple months, like a month ago. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
They released a book for it. It was marketed as Star Wars from the Imperial's point of view, and I was like, that sounds awesome. Book was awesome. Like, the book was incredible.
You actually read it?
Yeah, I did. It was honestly an incredible book, and that's why I was so excited to play the campaign for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Turns into a typical Star Wars story. Bad guy turns good. Who would have guessed?
Oh God!
Like, it's the same.
Hold on, let me switch over to my desktop real quick, guys. This is the face that Dylan and I. This is how we were when we came out of Kingsman.
I gotta pull up the screen.
You gotta pull up the screen.
But like, honestly, like, I'm sick and tired of Star Wars playing it safe with Rebels, with Force Awakens, with Battlefront 2, even like a game.
Well, you know why? Well, I mean, even though it's Disney, I mean, that's still EA developers.
Still, it's done by the Lucasfilm Story Group. That's the thing that's important here. It's all done by the Lucasfilm Story Group. Like, the story and every single Star Wars story that comes out is approved by the Lucasfilm Story Group.
Yes.
And that's the problem. Like, it really is. That's the problem. It's I know we didn't want to talk about net neutrality, but we got to vote these people out too now.
Hey,
Get
man.
some new people in there.
I hear you. Oh, man. So because of time, we should probably start talking about our Fox Disney deal stuff.
Yeah.
So
and that kind of leads into the Fox Disney stuff, you know?
Yes, let's get into that.
I think as the Lucasfilm group, the Lucas Story Group needs to change, we're getting a big change in Disney itself with the acquisition of Fox and 20th Century Fox, rather.
Yeah.
I think they're getting pretty much. Are they getting the TV stuff as well?
Anything that's under 20th Century Fox is officially Disney's now.
Oh, okay, so
anything that's under
count for like Simpsons and
well, if
like
it's under like the 20th Century Fox Studios, anything that's under that, then they either have full ownership or part ownership. Because I know.
Yeah, I wonder how that works.
Yeah, I didn't read too much about how the co-owner things works.
I just don't know how it's gonna work with their TV. I know they're not getting Fox News.
Yeah, no. Only the film studio though. Only the film studio.
Oh, okay. So then I guess they probably won't own Simpsons.
No.
Okay.
Only like anything 20th Century Fox Studios. That's going to be so. Yeah.
But, like,
so if you guys are coming into the stream right now, guys, if you're coming into the stream now and you have not heard for some reason at all, but just to kind of catch you guys up if you haven't heard, Disney and Fox officially closed their deal, and Fox is 20th Century Fox or Fox rather, is selling or sold 20th Century Fox, all the properties, the assets, the film rights, all that stuff, over to Disney. Why do we care about that as comic book fans?
That means
Because Marvel is whole again.
Yeah, and we're also might be getting a Disney-produced Alien film.
I don't want.
As weird as that sounds,
I don't want that. I think honestly, what I think is going to happen, like we were discussing, yesterday, is like they're going to fund these projects, but they're pretty much going to leave the studio to do their thing.
They're pretty going to leave it hands off. Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably not. They're probably because it's only money. They don't only care about it for money, dude. It's money.
Yeah, I've heard it a couple times said like Disney owns quite a few studios you just don't see their names on. Like they own the studio who did Pulp Fiction and stuff like that.
And you do know that they do own studios like ABC, NBC. They own Disney, Walt Disney. The Walt Disney Company owns they have a lot of subsidiaries. Like if I actually look at, I'm gonna actually name a few of them real quick. I was actually doing research on this like about 2 years ago. I'm gonna list off a few of them. Okay, so this is what Disney owns. Okay, so the Walt Disney Studio, they have the Disney Toons, Pixar, Lucasfilms, Marvel Studios, Marvel Film Rights, Ironworks, Incredible Asgard Productions, MVL Productions. They have Touchstone Pictures. They have Buena Vista Theaters, El Capitan Theaters. They have the Walt Disney Music Group. They have Hollywood Records. They have Agurita Music, Buena Vista Music, 500 South Songs Music, and many more. We're going to list all of them. They have their Disney Theatrical Group Productions. They have Disney on Ice. They have New Amsterdam Theater. They have Golden Oak. They also have all the Disney stores, the retail stores. They have the Disney gaming apps. They have GameStar. They have Rocket Pack. They have exactly. They have a Disney Digital Network. And let's get into some of the studios real quick. They have the Disney Press, of course, the Disney Core Library, the Disney Club, Disneyland, Disney Inc., Disney World, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, of course, all their theme parks. And then they have, I'm gonna read, oh yeah. This is the Disney Media Networks, and this is where it gets interesting. They have Walt Disney Television, American Broadcasting. They have 30% of Hulu. They have ABC News. They have ABC News, ABC News Radio. They also have A&E Network. They have FYI. They have the CIN Network. They have the History Channel. ABC, they have the Military Channel. They have History in Espanol. Yeah. They have ABC Digital, ABC Entertainment. What else? God. Yeah, Freedom.
We're just gonna go through all of them.
I'm actually skipping a whole bunch. There's way more than this. They have Freeform, ABC Spark. They have a whole bunch of television stations: Disney Channel, Disney Junior, Disney Cinematic. They own ESPN, 80% of that. They own ESPN, and of course, Marvel Entertainment, which means the Marvel characters, the cover concepts, Marvel Television, Marvel Animation. Icon Comics, Ultimate Comics, Marvel Press. There's so much. Germany. There's some parts of Germany, certain German companies that they own. There's so much. Disney owns a lot of things. But you just don't hear. You don't hear about it all the time. Yeah, Marvel Anime. Did you know about Marvel Anime?
Yeah, I know. Those
Marvel Anime, all of that stuff. Homestead, the Dolphin Hotel. They own properties too. Come on, Disney is. They own the world, dude.
It has its hands in every single pocket.
Every single thing. Disney owns the world.
Basically, what it comes down to is, chances are, besides Disney getting back the Star Wars, which means we could get the Star Wars non-special editions, theatrical cuts, for the first time released on Blu-ray and DVD.
Yeah.
And the Marvel licenses going back to the hands of Disney, like Fantastic Four, X-Men, Deadpool, yada yada yada. They're probably gonna just leave it to the studio, so you're still gonna get rated R films from 20th Century Fox. Like you're probably still gonna get Alien, you're still probably gonna get the Predator movie that comes out whenever it does. You're still probably gonna get like the Fox comedies that they do. Like I don't know if those are successful or whatever, but
yeah,
all these other things. Basically, if it's not Star Wars or Marvel, Disney's probably not going to be like overbearing and stopping them from producing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like for instance, like what they do with Marvel Studios. Like we were talking about this. Is like Disney, they own Marvel Studios, as you just saw, and pretty much all their assets. Well, now they own all the assets.
Yeah, now
But
they do.
before it was about, I think,
Well,
80%.
except for some Hulk stuff.
Well, yeah,
With
for some,
Universal.
yeah, but they're in a good partnership with Universal. So it's
As long as they
like,
don't make a film.
yeah, as long as they
Or
don't
use
make as long as
She-Hulk
they don't
for
make a
some
whole
reason.
film dedicated to Hulk, they're cool. Like
Yeah.
he's like,
Or that's so weird. Universal literally like they're like, yeah, we own She-Hulk. You
and
can't
they
use
and they
She-Hulk.
and they don't do jack.
It's like why? Just
They
give
haven't
that back to
even
them
just
too.
give it
Like,
back to
please
people who are gonna
stop it.
use it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Who's gonna use it? Like,
Disney's gonna
they're
pay
literally-
20. They'll pay $20 million for She-Hulk. They'll do it.
That's probably true. Yeah.
No, seriously, they will do it.
Oh yeah.
If it's on the
Oh.
line, if Universal was like, hey man, you know what? We're just gonna sell you the rights to Hulk and She-Hulk. We're gonna sell you the rights, $70 billion.
No, just She-Hulk.
Disney's gonna be like,
Just She-Hulk.
yeah, you know, we'll buy She-Hulk from you, no problem. Let's bring She-Hulk over to
Yeah,
Marvel
but-
Phase 5. Let's do it.
Basically, the only reason like Hulk hasn't had his own movie since 2008, well, that was Universal produced anyways,
Yeah, Universal, yeah.
is because Universal owns it, and that's why we're getting a 3-part Hulk story. Or
Exactly,
story
pretty much, yeah.
through Ragnarok, Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2.
Even using him as
And then
Bruce,
chances
even
are they'll
using him
probably
as
kill him.
Bruce Banner, even using
Yeah,
him as
seriously.
Bruce Banner is expensive as hell.
You can't use him in his own property in his own film. It can't have Hulk in the title.
Exactly, can't have Hulk in the title. Exactly. It's
But
like,
yeah, like this is nuts. Like seriously,
it's
like,
crazy. This is a historical
fact-
day for
it
two
is.
reasons.
For 2 reasons. Talk about freaking highs and lows, right? Like
Yep,
geez.
highs and lows. Y'all know what the other reason is if you haven't been on the internet.
Static and depression. Like
Exactly.
I feel so happy.
This
Like,
is
I
a
found out
historical day for
this
2
month,
reasons.
I'm like, yeah, and then I found out the next shout today. I'm like, I'm not gonna say that word.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, but
it's-
what does that mean for us as comic book fans, guys? We can finally, in some point, but don't expect to see
Too soon.
Wolverine and Infinity War popping out anywhere. Don't expect to
They might,
see
but
don't expect to see
they might
Fantastic
not,
Four because the
like-
deal is closed. But there's still a lot of other paperwork and things that they have to finalize over time. So that can take several months to get, you know, all the government stuff figured out. That can take several months to get that. But the deal is made. The deal is done,
Yeah.
and everything is signed. They just have a few more things they have to do before they can actually start making films. So expect
Basically.
New Mutants to be released on time. Expect Deadpool 2 to be
expect
released
Deadpool
on
2,
time.
expect,
And Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah, so expect
After
those. After that, it's all in the air.
Expect Deadpool 3.
Yeah, and
After that, expect Deadpool 3.
yeah, the chairman, I think I saw a thing today. He said that how
Bob
they're
Iger said,
they could
we're not
leave.
opposed to
Yeah, go ahead.
films as
Mhm.
long people know what they're getting into.
Yeah,
And I think the reason that they're gonna continue with Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is because he's really not that connected to the Fox pantheon of characters that all that well. You know, like besides from a couple like references in the first Deadpool film and probably the second Deadpool film, you can basically have this character stand all by his own, like and then put him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then you can do like
Exactly.
some breaking the fourth wall stuff to explain it. Like,
and this is what I was getting to too. Like
It's
I
very-
did see
yeah,
like an
with Deadpool-
idea.
he's
I-
probably the most transitionable, except for maybe the Fantastic Four.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, like
And
even more so than the Fantastic.
the
Four,
thing
'cause
is,
you can
too, like,
literally
with-
explain it away.
Exactly. The thing with Deadpool, which everyone was saying, you know, which could work for Disney too as well, and you know, if they need to keep Ryan Reynolds, they don't need to replace that man. Okay, that is a must. The man was born to play Deadpool. Okay, he is Deadpool. Right, he is Deadpool. He's born to play Deadpool. End of discussion. But but you have. What they can say is that they can actually have the same character exist within the same universe. How? Because he can literally break the fourth wall and come over
Literally,
to
and
the
tell
MCU,
audience, like,
and he
"Hey,
could actually like
just so you know, guys, I'm hanging out with Spider-Man next movie. Like, catch you later.
his favorite
Zoom.
man crush, and it's like it's
That'd
like
be
Dead.
kind of a crazy thing to do.
That'd be
at the end
funny
of
as hell,
Deadpool
though.
2, you know, like
That'd be funny.
Hey, next time Deadpool returns in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and
That'd be funny. But you know what? But what they're
The rest
saying
of
he
the
can
X-Men
do,
was great,
like what
so
they're
it's
saying
fun.
he can actually do is he can actually, you know,
Continue
since
on
let's
with
say
rated
they
R
make
films, essentially.
make a PG-13 Deadpool, right? They can actually
They're
have
not-
it
I
where
don't think they will. They're
I know they
considered
won't,
highly
but even if they do though,
Rated R thing.
it won't destroy the movie though. It won't destroy it. The only reason it's rated R It won't, because the only reason it's rated R, honestly, is because of just the gore and blood
It could work,
and the F bombs.
Yeah.
So they can
the
still
F-bombs.
do a the nudity too. But other than that, I mean, they can still do a Deadpool film. Deadpool has been done in PG-13 before.
Yeah,
he has been, he had, and it worked.
You can still.
And the thing, what they can do.
F-bombs,
exactly.
Just censor it, and he could call it out.
Exactly. Yeah. He could call. That's what I was about to say. Like, he can call it out. He'd be like, "Hey guys, guess what? I'm in a PG-13 movie now. So beep 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 beep."
So I can't
you know
say
like, mother beep 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 beep. This is going on. Like, that would be funny. But that would be funny though, because Deadpool. You can have the whole movie with Deadpool being pissed off that he can't curse.
And even then, like, you could have. That's a really good marketing thing too.
Exactly.
Guess what? You could have a rated R cut of Deadpool where that you replace the scenes.
Exactly.
Like, shoot certain scenes 2 ways. Like, it's like, hey guys, thanks for buying the uncut version of Deadpool 2. I can say pish like it just goes on. And the rest of the movie, like,
it's so funny if he calls up Bob, if he's like doing the thing, he was like, "Damn you, Bob," and he's just like cursing him out. Like, that will be hilarious.
Deadpool, you know, he's wearing the mask. They've done it for trailers before where they just change the lines, like from the trailers to other trailers to the final movie itself. Like,
exactly,
you can literally just change the lines and it'll still work as long as you're careful with the way you write it. You know,
they did it with because for the same trailer, for the Bob Ross trailer, like the PG version, they replaced the cursing altogether, but it was still funny.
And you can do it.
It was still hilarious.
It's so much easier than removing a man's mustache and beard in a couple months before the release of a film. Because hey, you don't have to work with mouths.
Hey, did you see the meme with the Captain America thing?
No.
There was a meme. If I find it, I gotta send it to you, dude. The thing was so hilarious. It was like this, right? They were like Warner Brothers. It's like Warner Brothers. Hey man, it's cool. We can you have a mustache? Yeah, we can get rid of that. And then he's like, after Disney, they were like Disney after seeing Justice League. You're like, you know what, Steve? You mean, you know what, Chris Evans, keep your beard. We'll just have Cap rock a beard.
I saw that.
In Infinity War. We'll just have Cap rock a beard. It's cool. We ain't gonna do all that. You know, just like Cap grow a little beard. It's cool. He good.
It's kind of
still Cap
because like the thing about that is I feel bad because like the people who had to work on that really didn't have a lot of time to do it before the release. You know,
exactly.
Like from reshoots to that's the only reason they just didn't have enough time. Or money.
No, they had the money. Like, they just didn't have the time.
Well, they probably did have the money. They just didn't have the time.
They didn't have the time.
That's a whole conversation in itself.
That's a whole other conversation, yeah. But it's funny, though.
You know what would be really smart of them to do? Is if they fix that stuff for the Blu-ray release. You know?
If they really want to do that.
Because you have the time.
Or
you literally have the time. Like, if you
give us the Zack Snyder cut, and I'll be okay.
Like, you literally have the time though, like, seriously. And
just give me the way it was supposed to go out, and I'll be fine. I want to see the black suit, even if the story is whatever. Just give it to me. I just want to see what it would have been. And call Junkie XL to do the score for the Blu-ray. That would be so dope. Like, hey, Junkie, come do the score for the Blu-ray.
I love Danny Elfman, but he did not do a good job.
No, we're not even gonna talk about that. I can rage right now because, like,
you know, another movie that didn't have a good soundtrack.
What?
And I really hope the sequel does.
What?
Force Awakens. It's such a mediocre.
Force Awakens wasn't that great coming from John Williams. It's only like 3. It's only like no. What? No, I disagree. I disagree with that one.
They got one. No, they got a guy to come back, and they had someone else planned. They got it. He signed off the project, and literally, like, within the last couple months, they had to redo everything with the music.
Yeah, I know that, but you see, Michael Giacchino is a living legend. This man is the beast. His music.
I just don't like his Rogue One soundtrack.
Nah, I don't know about that. I was rewatching it the other day, and I was vibing with every track. I was vibing with it. The Imperial March, dude. His what you call it?
It's fine in the movie. It's just not great listening to it.
Nah, I don't know about that. That's his album is one of the albums that's on my playlist when I drive.
I just hope that the Last Jedi soundtrack is a lot better than Force Awakens.
Maybe if it's anything like the trailer music, then we're in for a ride.
It's not gonna be, because you know that's the one thing that really ticks me off the most. they always do these really badass trailer cuts of
Yep.
songs from the movie, and then they never put it in the actual soundtrack. Just put it at the end, like at the end, like the last couple tracks are like, these are the trailer tracks, and I'll be
Right?
happy.
I'll be cool.
I'll be happy.
I'd be cool.
Like, I don't care. Like, just say like, oh, these are the trailer versions. Like, it doesn't have to be part of, like, you can even sell a separate thing of literally just the trailer cuts, and I'm like, buying that instead of the actual soundtrack. Like,
yes.
come on, it's so dumb, because those are always the most badass ones, you know.
Mm.
You never hear anything. That's what really ticked me off with Force Awakens, because the third trailer for the Force Awakens, I remember this specifically, had the most badass theme
Oh yes.
of Star Wars ever.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the one where, like, I think Han Solo is like, you know the scene. Whatever.
Yeah, Chewie,
Anyways.
Chewie, we're home.
No, not even that one. It's the one where he's like, yeah, I knew Luke. It's true, all of it.
Oh yeah,
like
all
that
of it.
one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Like that trailer had the best music I've ever heard.
Wait, sorry, was that your Harrison Ford impression?
No, it wasn't. It was just if
you
you want me to do one, I'll do it. No, I just wanted to get it out. Basically, like that trailer music, like, it's some of the best work I've heard from like an official Star Wars thing.
Facts.
And like, they never released it. Just put it at the end. I don't.
That's
care.
why you have people like me and other people just remaking it.
I know, it's so good though.
He's like, hey
Come
man, if you want to
on.
hear the Last Jedi music, go to my SoundCloud and listen to it. I literally have it without the sound effects.
Like,
go listen to
you
it.
might as well just tack your like convert yours to like MP3 and like put it on your Last Jedi playlist, because I guarantee,
Dude, it is an MP3, bro.
like, just put it on your phone and put it in your playlist, because I guarantee you the trailer music.
Nah, man, my stuff is already on SoundCloud, bro. It's already on SoundCloud. I've already listened to it like 6 times today. I'm actually
getting the
proud with the way
soundtrack
that
for
came out.
Last Jedi. I'm getting the soundtrack for Last Jedi, and I just don't want to look at the full list.
I heard they didn't release. I heard they
spoiled.
didn't release it yet.
It's not released until tomorrow.
Yeah,
but
they're
you can
not going.
still
Yeah,
see all the-
exactly.
you
They're
can
not
still see all the
because.
tracks.
Oh, you can
You
see
can
the
still
track.
see all
Oh,
the
you can see the
track
track
names.
listing.
Yeah, I just don't want to scroll down.
Oh heck no! Don't
So-
scroll. It is mad spoilery.
No, I don't. I just want to see how much it was. I went to iTunes earlier. I was like, $10. Okay, I can swing that. Like, but I guarantee you, none of the music in there, it's probably not going to live up to the trailer music, which sucks.
We'll see about that. We'll listen to it when I go to the movie tonight.
hope-
I'm gonna let you know
hope it
about the
does.
soundtrack.
But I doubt it.
When I go
Like,
to the
I
movie,
doubt
when I
it.
go to the movies, which I gotta get ready to go to now, I'm gonna let you know about that after that. But yeah, guys, we gotta end the stream here and now. I wish we can talk longer, but I am actually gonna leave right now as soon as I end this stream to go to the premiere of Star Wars: The Last Jedi. It's gonna be super.
Like,
I'm gonna
honestly,
be on my way to the theaters. If you guys want to follow along with me, man, follow me on Snapchat so you can see my story. You can see if I see anybody dressed up in cosplay, because I'm going to a fan event. I have no clue what to see at this fan event. I don't know what it's going to be, if there's going to be anything. But just add me on Snapchat so you can see, because I think YouTube is actually going to be releasing something like their own Snapchat within the app very, very soon. So I can't wait for us to get access to that. But until that happens, add me on Snapchat, at Matthew V. Haynes. Yeah, man, we're going to see you guys later. Anything you want to say before you go, Dylan?
Yeah, 2 things. Honestly, guys, go look up the Force Awakens final trailer song and go look up Anthony Ingruber on YouTube. And yeah, Last Jedi is going to be great, and I can't wait to go see it tomorrow morning.
Oh man, I can't wait to see it myself.
Have fun at the theaters this weekend,
man,
guys. Like, honestly,
yeah.
just have a good time. We're going to be doing a spoiler review once we both see the film.
Yep.
Probably in the next couple days, right?
Yep, next couple days.
So be on the lookout for that. And other than that, just go see the movie.
Go see the movie, man.
Come
All right,
back to us
guys.
then.
We will see you guys later. Peace.